Hey everyone, it's Howie here, and I'm trying to continue this sequel of me practicing English, sharing a couple of stories, and with the objective of, practicing my English, even if it's by myself. Okay? So today, what I wanted to share is my experience growing up. And just to clear things, I am not going to share this with the intention of biography of myself, like the places I've been, the people I've met. That's not what my intention is. It's more of a psychological process developing through my teenage years, from child to grown up, and the decisions I've taken and how I've taken them up to now, and where that led me to, which is where I am now. So, having cleared that, I'm going to start off by introducing my childhood, which was very different from most people, I would say, because I moved a lot. I've studied in more than 15 schools from my first year up to my senior high school year, and that certainly has an effect on where I am today. First off, because I have English, I'm a Brazilian person. I was born in Sao Paulo, and due to me moving around a lot, I've acquired the ability to speak English. It's not perfect, but I'd say I'm pretty fluent in it, and I can express myself well. I can express myself well. It's not my first language. My first language is certainly better to express myself, which would be in Portuguese, or Portuguese, right, with the correct um, accent there. But going back to what I was saying, I moved there a lot when I was a kid, and seen many different cultures, many different places, and I'm not sure if that's the reason why it made me an indecisive person. Maybe, not sure. But well, I'm an indecisive person. At least from where I can remember, I've always had trouble deciding things, and maybe that's because I think a lot. I'm not sure, but it doesn't feel like it's because I think a lot. It's almost because things are they don't matter to me. Like, okay, pick this pen or that pen. It's hard to me because it doesn't matter which one it is. I don't know if that makes sense. Maybe you're thinking like, okay, if it doesn't matter, then just pick one. But to me, it's like it doesn't matter. So why should I pick? You know? I don't know. Maybe I express myself mm, poorly, but it's the best I could right now. And so having said this, I'm a very indecisive person. So from 15 years old to 18 years old, I got to a point where I had to decide my profession, where I would study, how would I study, um, where would I go, how would I do it, basically what I would do for the rest of my life. Okay, what do I work as for the rest of my life? And it's a big decision. It's a very very big decision. It's and it's not a permanent. It's not a permanent decision, because if you choose wrong and you don't like what you're doing, you can always change it. So it's as simple as that. But it's a big decision because you don't want to waste time. You want to choose something, at least that points to what you want in life, so that you don't waste time. You don't want to do a whole year of studying something you don't want to, just to go there and then, okay, realize that you need to change everything you you started, right? So ideally, what we want is to choose something correctly, okay? But it's not a permanent decision. And I had this in mind. I had this in mind. I'm like, okay, I can choose the wrong thing and I can fix it, but I don't want to waste all this time. So let's think this thoroughly. And my thought process at the time was, okay, I am an indecisive person. How am I going to choose this? And just to backtrack a bit, in high school, I enjoyed all the classes. Physics, chemistry, history, you know, Portuguese language, English language, everything, geography, mathematics. I enjoyed all of them. Um, and I'm saying enjoyed, but I never really liked high school. I never liked homework. I'm not that type of person. But they were all okay to me. Like that's better. I'm expressing myself better by saying this. They were all okay to me. I didn't have one that I really really liked a lot. Maybe sociology or in history, but I'm not sure. And part of this might be because I had great teachers, very very great teachers all throughout my high school years. Here in Brazil, it's 3 years of high school, and so maybe it's because of that. Great teachers. Well, continuing. So having said this, I enjoyed all these classes, which made it even harder for me to decide what I wanted to do with my life. And my thought process was like, okay, so what do I do to facilitate this, or how can I ease things up? So my thought process was, okay, so let's choose the things I don't want to do for the rest of my life, and then we can narrow things down to where I have to decide, fewer options. And that's what I did. So I started going, thinking, okay, so med school, I would love to be a doctor, but I cannot deal with blood. I just can't. It's not where I want to be. I do not want to be um, helping someone and dealing with blood at the same time. It's not me. I can't. So I crossed it out. Crossed out biology with all that, scientific studying. I crossed out chemistry, all the engineering sectors of professions. I crossed it out because as much as I like physics and mathematics, I think the level you need for these professions was not the level that I wanted to reach. It's not that I think I couldn't, but I did not want to reach that. I need a profession where I have contact with people because I like speaking, I like talking, I enjoy the human contact, and I enjoy helping others. And I don't think those sectors would allow me to do this. So I started crossing out all these professions, and I got down to psychologist and law school, and maybe psychiatrist. But psychiatrist in Brazil, well, I guess everywhere else, but at least in Brazil, you have to do med school as well, and then you can school towards psychiatry. So then I crossed it out because I don't think I can deal with med school and all the blood and everything else. So then I was left with these two options: psychology and law school. And as I said, I'm a very indecisive person. So this kind of eased things up. It didn't make it easy, but it eased things up because now all I have is two options. And just to, clear things, like I am very indecisive to the point where if I go to a shopping mall and I have to, go to the places you eat or whatever, and then you have to choose all these different places, I am very indecisive. I cannot choose. And maybe it's because I think a lot, but honestly, it's just because it's everything is okay to me. Like, okay, let's go here. Fine, that's okay. Let's go there. Yeah, that's okay. I don't have my own will of what I want. Maybe that's the right expression. I'm not sure. It doesn't really. It's indifferent to me, Especially if I go out in a group and the group is like, okay, let's do this. Let's go there. Yeah, that's fine by me. Okay, let's go there. That's fine by me. I guess I'm that sort of person. Uh, so that makes it hard deciding too. So then I was left with these two options, law school and psychology. And law school I crossed out later on because a law came out right in the year that I was supposed to graduate. A law came out saying that I would have to work as a lawyer for 3 years before I could change sectors of, being a head of police department, which is what I wanted to do as studying law. And then when this happened, I just instantly crossed out law school because I do not want to be a lawyer. It's not. I have nothing against it, but I just don't want to be a lawyer in Brazil. I don't think it's what I wanted to do. So I crossed it out. And then I was left with this one option, which was psychology. And, saying this out loud, it seems like I had no other option. It's not like that. I actually really enjoy psychology. At least at the time, whatever contact I had with it, I really enjoyed. And today, I'm halfway through my psychology degree with the intention of being a clinical psychologist. Not sure I will be because I'm a very indecisive person and I haven't decided it yet. But yeah, and I'm enjoying it. And that was the whole thought process I had through the age of 15 to 18, right? This transition of having to decide what I would do for the rest of my life. And that's basically what I did. It really worked out for me. It helped me a lot. It's a very difficult decision. It's very hard to decide this. If I think even for people that are not very indecisive, it's difficult because no one wants to do something and then later on have to change it and go back and start over. Of course, you can do this. It's not an issue in that sense, but no one wants to waste time because you're not just wasting money and resources, you're wasting time, right? So I thought it very thoroughly for that reason. And maybe this video can help someone who is going through this right now and is having a hard time to decide. And first of all, what I have to say to you is live where you are. Connect your brain and your mind to your body where you are right now. Don't disconnect your thoughts, your mind from your body and take it all the way in the future, right? Don't do that. Don't start living in the future because guess what? That future doesn't exist. And it may not even exist. It's all in your head, right? We tend to, think all these things and then when it actually happens, it never happens the way we thought it would. So why even go through all the pain of thinking it, and stressing over it, right? And having anxiety over it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Live in your present body. Now, this doesn't mean you can't analyze things, calculate things, and plan yourself. It just means you don't have to live in this place. You live in the present, but you have this planned out. But live in the present. Don't live in this place where you've planned things to the future. Because it might not exist. And most of the times, it doesn't exist, as I said. So having said all of this, I will be ending the video. And I hope this helps someone who is going through this time. I will see you all in the next video, the next, continuing sequel. Have a great day, everyone.